one was a doozy. Just imagine like screaming, yelling, disappointment. What is up, guys? I am back with my next video, and that was a really lame intro, Kaylee. Jesus. Okay. But anyway, I hope you are ready for this video because I am going to talk about how I told my parents that I was pregnant for the first time. And I'm going to turn that light on because it is really dark in my daughter's room right now. I'm back with the light on. So let us talk about how I told my parents that I was pregnant. Obviously, the first person to know was London. He's in that room over there being super loud, probably yelling at his Xbox. So, when I told her that I was pregnant at 16 years old, she was, I told my grandma first besides London. So she was like the first adult person to know. And, I made sure to tell her while I was driving so that she could not hit me. So while I was driving, I was like, hey, Grammy, I gotta tell you something. She was like, what? And she didn't expect anything, and I was like, I'm pregnant. And I already missed a day from school because I was throwing up all day from the morning sickness. She was like, what? What about the plan? What about college? I didn't even know you were having sex. What do you think you're doing? So, yeah. That's how I told her that I was pregnant. I thought she might hit me with a book or something, even though she's never really done that. So I made sure to tell her while I was driving. It worked. Except when we got home, I got yelled at, and so I went in my room. Well, she told my grandpa actually cried. Yeah. My mom had me at a young age, and it kind of disappointed everyone as well, and she didn't go to college or anything. But I still plan to go to college. I applied to Southeastern, Southern Miss, all that good stuff. I actually didn't apply to LSU even though I really wanted to because it's really far and I'm trying to commute to college. We'll probably have an apartment by then, maybe not. But London works in New Orleans, and if I go to school in Baton Rouge, that's like two opposite sides. There's no way to get an apartment right in the middle without us both driving like 2 hours. So, anyway. Now, I told my stepmom. I watched my baby brothers. They are at the time they were 2, 4, 12, 16. Yeah, they were 2, 4, 12, and 16. But I was just watching 3 of them. I was watching Bastion and Uriah, and then the 12-year-old just stayed in his room. So anyway, while I was watching them, they came home from a day of tubing. So they were drinking, so I thought, it's a good time. They were drinking, I got this. It's not gonna be that big of a deal because they're drinking, right? I brought my stepmom into the kitchen. I'm like, Mom, I gotta tell you something, but I don't know how to tell you. And she was like, what? I was like, I'm pregnant, but I don't know how to tell Dad. And she was like, oh my God. And she just started laughing. I guess it was the alcohol. She just started laughing, and she was like, your dad's gonna freak out. She was like, oh my God. When I told him about Uriah, he didn't talk to anyone. And so that's what I had to look forward to. And so she goes and gets my dad and brings him in the room. She was like, Kelly, we need to tell you something. And she was like laughing this whole time. She was like, remember, you love your daughter, and we're gonna take care of her, and everything's gonna be okay. And she just kept repeating it and repeating it, like, everything's gonna be okay, you'll love her, everything's good. So then we tell him. She was like, I didn't even tell him. I was like shell-shocked. I thought he was gonna like lose it. And so she goes, Kaylee's pregnant. And he kind of like stared. He was like, what? And he was like, are you effing kidding me? And yeah, it was probably one of like the scariest things ever. He didn't do anything. He just walked off angrily. But my dad was kind of like the last person I wanted to tell. It's my dad, and I'm his daughter. So like, you know, dad, daughter, you don't want to tell your dad you're pregnant. The only other two people I told were my mom and my Mimi. My mom had me young, so she was just kind of like whatever about it, like, oh, good, what are you gonna do, stuff like that, all that good stuff. Nothing really too serious, nothing mad, almost a little happy. My Mimi, ecstatic. She was ecstatic. Oh my goodness. She called me just one day because I don't think I told her. I think my dad or Bobby actually told her, which is my stepmom. And she was like, "You're pregnant?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Congratulations, I'm so happy for you both." And I was like, "You're the only person that actually said they were happy." And she was like, "Everyone's gonna be happy. It's okay. They're just shocked." And then I kind of thought about it. I was like, "Yeah, you know, you're right. They're shocked. It's gonna go good." And let me tell you, it has been great. So London's living with us, and Rhea, we're kind of all in the same room, except this is Rhea's room. She just doesn't sleep in it yet. It's just easier because she always knocks out her noonie, and so anyway, she my stepmom, oh my gosh, she spoils this baby. Astraea is almost 4 months old. In like 2 weeks, she is spoiled. She has everything, like everything. And honestly, I don't even have room for it anymore. If you could see this room, it is a disaster zone right now. We just have so much stuff. Like, we have a jumper in the middle of the thing, a walker right here, there's diaper boxes everywhere, there's car seats, high chairs, and there's really no place to put it. Like, this thing, this is a bed she used in the beginning, and now she doesn't even sleep in it because it's too small. And I don't know what to do with it. I'm trying to sell some stuff on Facebook that she doesn't fit in or use anymore, but it's hard. Harder than you think. You'd think, oh, baby stuff goes by super quick. Nope, doesn't. My grandma loves her to death. Not the grandma that was excited. Well, she loves her to death too, but the one that we're with right now until we get our apartment, she is just over the moon about Astraea. Like, she begs to watch her. So when we leave, she's ecstatic. Like, ecstatic. But I have all my high school courses on track. I've got college on track. Everything's good. So they're not like disappointed. They're not like, oh, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've always been focused on school. So my main focus is school and Astraea. And so that makes everything like kind of fit in place, because I'm not like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I don't know how to make money for her. Like, London's working with a labor union, so he makes him some money, and then I'm gonna become a college professor after college, and so yeah. But that is just like how everything's going and how I told him. It wasn't the easiest thing to do, but you know, if you're pregnant and you're young and you're living with your parents, just know that it's gonna be okay. They love you, you know. But you know, they love you at the end of the day, they really do. So you just gotta not worry too much, don't stress. Stress affects the baby. I did a whole essay on how stress affects a baby. Because it really does, it affects the mom, it affects the baby. Baby can be early, underweight, all this other stuff. So just try and relax, take it easy, and don't worry too much, because in the end, everything is gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, the baby's gonna be okay. Your family is gonna accept it, you know? It might take a while. It might take all the way until she's born, but your family is going to accept that you are a mom. Just make sure your daughter has a good life. Daughter, son, whatever. You'll be accepted. You got this. So if you ever need to tell your parents, don't worry. I mean, they love you. You're their daughter. Yeah. But they love you and they will accept you, I promise. So yeah, just don't worry too much. Don't stress. And so yeah. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed my little story time of how I told my parents I was pregnant at 16 years old. It was nerve-wracking and scary. Really scary. Come back for my next video. I will probably be posting close to daily, but probably not daily, just to like get my YouTube channel up, because I'm starting at 0 subscribers, 0 views, 0 likes. I think daily is going to be the best thing to get my YouTube up and started. So yeah, y'all have a nice day and keep on keeping on. Join me for my next video. Yes, I did.